Welcome back, everyone. This is Thomas Triple T Tie with another new bullish crypto analysis. Before we dig in, feel free to smash the like, ring my bell, hit subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments section. Remember, this is for edutainment only and not to be considered financial advice. Before we dig into check out the market or markets around the world, let's take a look at a few news items that may impact the market. Powell says that inflation is much too high and the Fed will take necessary steps to address that. That could be a hint of more hawkish moves from the Feds instead of the 25 basis point for the remaining six Fed meetings and increases. They might increase it a little bit more. I think the CPI is the next one is going to come in at probably high eights, if not low nines. It's going to be crazy. Another one is that Russia's invasion in Ukraine, the military analysis is predicting that right now either side could win, and that's very bullish for Ukraine because they are very much smaller and smaller in size, and also lack the hardware. But heart and spirit, they pretty much outweigh the Russians there. So that's could have an impact on the market. The what else? There was something else. Oh yeah. Russia labeled. They found Meta or Facebook guilty of being an extremist group because they wouldn't allow Russia to put out their misinformation like they did in the previous year. So, yep, extremist group. And Russia's the one bombing pregnant women, children, and today killed a 96-year-old Holocaust survivor. Extremist group. Mr. Putin, you need to take a look in the mirror, sir. All right, let's dig into the markets. Here's the crypto heat map, market heat map here. BTC dominance is dropped down to 41.68. Yeah, it hasn't been in the 41s in a bit. It's currently at roughly 978, 40,978. We got a mix here. Some greens, some altcoins are in the greens, and but some are in the reds. Luna is continue its rise here, going back toward 100. I was predicting that Luna in a couple weeks. And this was, I believe, last week sometime. I predicted Luna would, in a couple weeks, would go back towards the low 80s or upper 70s, and then it went to the mid 80s, and then since I thought it was gonna make it, but since it's been rising, and I'm not sure, it might still make its way back, but we'll see. It's holding really strong, so go Luna. I still got a couple weeks left. We'll see. Ethereum is at 2.9. It's up. Its dominance is 18.67. If you notice, Ethereum has been holding its dominance pretty high here, above 18 for consecutive days. So that says a lot. ADA, go ADA. ADA's back above 90 cents. So good for them. They have a few bullish news recently, so that will help them. For the rest, we got AVAX down. We got Ethereum Classic down. But yeah, I'm just gonna skip the rest and just go to the nope, that's not. This is the one I want. Let's take a look at the U.S. equities market and see what we see. Well, overall, mostly red, but muted. You got some bright reds over here in the consumer silico, but more towards home improvement, restaurants, etc. On this side here, footwear, apparel, clothing, and stuff. Brighter red in software applications here under technology sector. Let's see what else. You got some here in the internet retail, Baba. These are Chinese companies here. So bright greens, we have insurance diversified. Berkshire is up to 2%. Good for them. Tesla's up here. I just love Tesla. One of the best investments outside of cryptos that I made. Energy is like bright green here. You got Zome up 4.74%. Shell up 4 point something percent. It's too bright there for me to read. But yeah, pretty bright green over here. Yeah, otherwise it's pretty muted. Reddish, but muted. And we'll take a look at the chart and we'll see more of the trends. Okay. So here's the chart. Let me it's too bright over here, so I got to look on this monitor on the same chart so I can see what I'm looking at. It's so bright. All right. So we have magnify that up. Here we go. So we got I'm going to try to point here cuz you can't see what if I'm looking at this monitor. So you got here over here. Let's go down the list here. You can see SPX. You got Nasdaq, and you got we got the Dow indexes. They're all down, but really small amount there, like less than a percent. So and the VIX is in the mid 20s, around 24 here. That's the volatility index for the equities market. And 30 is towards the high volatility area. And so it's been, once it dropped down below 30, it's been remaining below. So it's not very volatile. It's kind of muted, as you saw. DXDY, it's up on the day here. It's up about 0.3% and at 98.5 roughly. US 10-year yield, it's up 6.9%, and it's at 2.3 something, 38, 39, something like that. So let's go down further and take a look at U.S. oil. U.S. oil right here, it's currently at 112, so over $100 again. I got gas yesterday, and I drive one of the cars I have is Excursion, and it gets like 10 miles to a gallon. I've had it forever. It was made in 2000. Oh my goodness. Normally it takes over $100 to fill that tank. Yesterday I was like, nope, not gonna fill the whole tank. Crazy. So oil is way back up again. Gold is up at 1,937. It's up roughly 0.84. So risk off there. Silver is up too. I'm going to skip silver. The dollar, if you look at the dollar over here, dollar is pretty strong. It's stronger than the euro, stronger than the pound, and stronger than the yen. So, yeah. Let's go over here and take a look at the trends. Again, if you're not familiar, if you're new to this chart on top, the blues are that's Bitcoin. I have it up there so I can reference each column here against Bitcoin. On the far left, this is U.S. markets. In the middle, this is European market and the stock 600. And this right column here is the Australian and Asian markets. So let's go through them. At a glance, you can see that Bitcoin, here is the weekend, it went up right there while the Dixie went down. And then it went down while the Dixie, towards the end here, went slightly up here. But they there's no negative correlation at the this part right here, right hours before the market opened. They move very similar. So, but today, the Dixie went up, Bitcoin went down slightly, more crabbing sideways, but slightly down. So negative correlation for today is holding, but overall, you can see that here's the Nasdaq from the last from the last period trading period. It's mostly horizontal. You see that over here too for the S&P 500 and the Dow, and then opening today choppy, pretty much sideways. Not a lot of strong movements. That's why you saw the muted colors. Over here, Dixie compared to its last trading period, also pretty much horizontal choppiness here. The yield though is pumping here. Yield's pumping hard. And it's currently at 2.5. Let me see here. Oh yeah, we read that already. So let's skip that. European market compared to its last trading period, pretty much horizontal here on the UK 100. The DAX from Germany, same thing. Same thing with the CAC from France, and also very similar with the Stock 600. So far, pretty much horizontal, right? And over here, Australian market, if you compare this point to this point here, pretty much horizontal. And Asian market, pretty much horizontal, even though they dipped down slightly here in the last period, but overall pretty horizontal. Compare that to last week where we had this trend up, like like 4 days up, 4 days up, 4 days up, 4 days down, almost 4 days, except for this one. Same thing with Europe, up here, here, here. Same thing with Asia. So looks like we found the market or the markets around the world found a level that they're kind of like, it's like a wait and see. A little bit of risk off gold because gold is up. And then you get the Dixie moving up here too. So slightly up here on today. So pretty muted, indecisiveness is what it looks like to me. Yeah. And I think we might hang around here for a bit. We're going to chop around here. Because last night I looked at the futures, U.S. Nasdaq, the S&P 500 and the Dow futures. They look pretty muted. So it's I'm not surprised by this. So that's it for the news. In summary, pretty muted. We're gonna go horizontal choppiness for a little bit until we hear something different in the in the macro environment of the geopolitical stuff. But get ready for the next CPI. It's gonna be an interesting one, and also monitor the situation with the Feds and their hawkishness. Oh yeah, one more thing I forgot to mention in the news. Keep an eye on the Chinese real estate market. There's I tweeted about this yesterday, how the Evergrande or I don't know how you pronounce that, Evergrande, they are no longer trading on their market. So keep an eye on that one. That's it. If you found value, feel free to smash the like, ring the bell, hit subscribe, leave your thoughts. Appreciate it. Take care. Peace. I have other videos coming today, so I'll see you then.